Hi, my name is David and I'm here to show you Malaysian payroll in Discara People. Now let's click on People. Inside here we can enter the country, so let's enter Malaysia. We can enter the address. And then we can click Next. Inside here we can input the schedule name, so I'm just going to call it monthly. I can select the pay period. Is it monthly, weekly, twice per month, or bi-weekly? I can select the work week. I can select the payday. And I can select the first pay date. And please take note, you can create multiple pay schedules, so you don't have to worry about this. Some companies have more than one, based upon the type of employees you have. Then we can click Next. Inside here we can input the first name. So for example, Mohammed. And then we put in the last name, Adam. Put in the email address. Any contact number, then you can put in the basic salary. And I can say, is this per year, per month, or per hour? And then I can add another employee. I don't recommend you creating your employees from here. We have a wonderful import option if you have lots of employees that you can use under the Employee tab. Let's click Finish. Sit back and relax while we set up your organization. Next, we're going to click on Settings, and we're going to click on Company Settings. Inside here, you can see the company details. I can see the company name, and I can update it. I can update the address. I can update the work week, and I can change the start time and end time. I can update and add tasks to the offboarding checklist, and I can add a new EPF account. But what is EPF? EPF is a compulsory savings plan and retirement plan for private and non-pensionable public sector employees. So let's input the EPF account name. Let's select the obligation to contribute to EPF. Is it an employer, employee, contract of service or apprenticeship, or wages? So you select which one. If you select employer, is it public sector, private sector, professional bodies, associations, cooperatives, and other non-SSM employee? So you select which one. After that, you can select the employer type category. And this changes based upon what you selected. So I'm just going to select SSM registered. Now I can input the EPF code. I can put in the employer EPF number. I can put in the EPF payment type. I can also input the sequence number. And then I can save it. And you can see my EPF account has been created. Now I can click Update, and the information's been updated. Now I can click Settings, and let's go to Tax Details. Inside here, you can input the company registration number. You can input the company tax number. And you can input the SOSCO number. For example, you can now put in the HRDF percentage. And you can put in the Zagat number. And then you can finally put in the EIS number. After you've done that, you can then click Save. And now your tax details have been saved. Just to give you a little bit more information on some of these fields, SOCSO is a Social Security organization that protects Malaysian employees in accordance with the Employee Social Security Act of 1969. A monthly contribution must be made by both employer and employees in accordance with the percentage stipulated by the government. Zakat number is a mandatory payment by Muslims only in Malaysia. The purpose is to assist the less fortunate, as all the collected payments will be distributed to different channels and handed to those who need it most. The HRDF levy is a mandatory levy payment collected by the Human Resource Development Fund. It is imposed on employers of certain industries. The main purpose of the HRDF levy is to enable employee training and skill upgrading of the Malaysian workforce. Inside here, I can input the IC number. I can select the working status. I can input the nationality. I can input the country of origin. I can select the race. I can put in the EPF number. I can select the SOSCO category. I can put in the PCB number. I can select the employee EPF rate. Is it 9% or 11%? Any additional employee rate? Any additional employer rate? Is EPF member before 1st August 1998? Is that true? Click this. If not, leave it blank. EIS contribution. If so, activate or deactivate based upon your requirements. Is this employee exempt from tax calculations? If so, click this checkbox. If not, leave it blank. Any benefit in kind, value of living accommodations. Just click this, input the amount. Now, is the employee disabled? Is the spouse disabled? Any qualifying children? And does the spouse work? And then you can input any previous employee details here. And then you can save it. Now my employee has been successfully saved. Next we can click Import Employees. And if you have your own employee template or employee Excel sheet, you can just drag and drop into here so long as it's a CSV or an XLSX file. If not, you can just download our sample file and open it. Now we're inside the employee template. Inside here you can put in the first name, last name, the email address. Please make sure it's unique because each employee has to have their own unique email address. Their designation, date of birth, gender, marital status, date of joining, and date of confirmation. Address line, city, state, zip code. Your basic salary, period, and payment method. So you can change this as well, per month, per year, per hour, based upon your requirements. Payment method. Then you have the account type, SWIFT code routing, and account number. This information needs to be filled in if it's a direct deposit. If it's cash, you can leave it blank. You can input the residence status, the IC passport number, work status, nationality, country of origin, race. Is the employee EPF applicable? EPF member before 1st August 1998. EPF number, SOXO category, PCB number. Disability status. Is the employee disabled or not disabled? Is the employee's spouse disabled or not disabled? Have children. Number of qualifying children. And is the spouse working? Previous employer remuneration. Previous employer EPF contribution. Previous employer PCB amount. Previous employer tax relief deduction. Employee EPF rate. Additional employee rate. EIS contribution. Exempt employee from tax calculation. Additional employer rate. Benefit in kind. Value of living accommodations. And the amount. So only fill in the information that's required based upon each employee. After that's all done, click Save, and then let's import it. Now you can just drag and drop the file into here. If you want to, you can also click Browse, select the file, and press Open. Now if you have your own HR file with all the employees' information, you can either just drag and drop into here, click Browse, select the file, and press Open. Just please take note, it should be a CSV file or an XLSX file. If everything looks good, press Next. Inside here, you should be able to see your Disquera headers and your import file headers. If you're using the Disquera import template, they should be auto-mapped. If you're using your own HR file, then maybe some of the labels are not the same. So you'll have to click here, for example, and look and see if you can find the correct column header and select it. If everything looks good, you can click Next. After that, you can look and verify if all the information looks correct. If something needs to be changed, you can change it directly on the screen. For example. And then you can click Submit. Now your employees have been imported successfully. Next, let's go to Components. And inside here, let's add a component. Inside here, you can input the component name, for example, like bonus. Component type, is it a deduction or earning? Is it fixed or variable? And based upon that, a percentage of the basic salary, amount per day for the days worked. So you can select that, and percentage of a specific component. So if you have more than one component, you can look at adding that as well. Frequency, is it every pay run, monthly, quarterly, or yearly? And compliance. So what category does it fall under? And does it apply to PCB, EPF, SOXO, EIS, HRDF? And for EA form field, which one does it apply under? After all that's done, you can click Save, and the component will be created. Next, let's go to Payroll. Let's click on Pay Run, and let's add a pay run. Let's select the schedule. Put in the work period. For example, let's do this for July. And does this apply to all users? If so, just click this. If not, you can type in and select the users here. Let's process. Inside here, I can see the employee, overtime, loss of pay, any additional earnings, deductions, employee contributions, and net pay. If everything looks good, I can click Next. If I need to change something, I can click on the three dots and edit or delete. I can also click on overtime here. And then I can put in the 1.5 OT or 2 OT, and I can always change this as well. And if everything looks good, I can then click Next. After that, I just look and make sure everything looks correct. Then I can click Process Payroll. Now it says up here, to ensure accuracy, please review your payroll numbers and make sure they're 100% correct. Do you wish to continue to process payroll? Click Yes if you want to, or Not now, depending on your requirements. After that, I can view the summary. If everything looks good, then I can click Cancel. And then I can click Finish. Or I can cancel payroll based upon whether the summary looks correct or not. Let's click Finish. Now if I want to see the payroll, I can click View Summary and see the information here. And if I want to view an employee pay stub, I can click on Employee, Employee List. Click on the employee. And then I can click here to download his payslip. Then I can open it, make sure everything looks correct. Alright, so let's go to Reports. Inside here, you can see your payroll summary report, your payroll liability report. You can see your CP39. So let's click on that. Inside here, I can select the year, the month, and I can download the form, and I can download the text file. And then I can open it. Then I can look and see if everything looks correct. Next, let's click on Reports, and let's go to Saxo Barang 8A. Inside here, again, I can select the year and the month, and I can download the form or download the text file. I can open it. I can look and make sure everything looks correct here as well. Now we can go to KWSP Borang A. And I can select my account, year, month. I can download the form, download the text file, and download a CSV file. I can open it, look at it, make sure everything looks correct. And then we can also click on SIP. Again, select the year, select the month, download the form, download the text file. And we can open it. And we can take a look and see if everything looks correct. And that was a quick look at Malaysian payroll and Diaspora people.